Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about I'm out like $70 and no pizza. Doordash customer receives 3 boxes of mangled Casey's pizza. Doordash isn't really that much of a stranger to drivers that end up messing up their food, but it doesn't necessarily mean it is the driver, but it is very likely to be the driver. So with that said, I want to go over what this customer is saying about his order, how it actually is for gig workers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Sometimes online orders don't go according to plan. That's what one DoorDash customer learned after placing a recent order for 3 pizzas from convenience store chain Casey's. Casey's is a convenience store? Am I the only one who finds it a little weird to get convenience store pizza? Like 7-Eleven pizza versus a normal pizzeria. That's 2 different worlds, man. But I guess to each their own. In the video, TikToker Getcoopedon reveals that when the pizzas arrived, each one was destroyed. I'm gonna leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. All of them are like, pardon my language, they're effed, says one of the people in the video who appears to be on the phone with customer service. That's a little bit more than effed, man. Like, you can't even pretend that it's decent to eat. Like, there are some pizzas to where you're like, all right, I can tolerate it. But this ain't even tolerating anymore. Like, what actually happened to these pizzas? The video currently has over 132,000 views. The things you do for content, huh? The primary focus of the video is a customer service call about the pizza. Throughout the call, the customer humorously explains what happened, while the person on the other end does not seem to be adequately assisting him. Yes, stasher support and customer support being less than supportive on all accounts. Does that really surprise you at this point, or is this just another line I'm reading? I tipped this lady and she looked me dead in the windows of my soul and gave me these 3 destroyed pizzas, says one person on the call, referring to the woman delivering their food. Okay, but what do you mean you tipped this lady? Did you tip them well? Did you tip them decently? Or did you not tip them very much at all? Because I'll tell you what, the people who complain about, oh, I tipped this lady and they actually didn't follow through for me or whatever it was, are usually the ones who felt so obligated to tip that they knew that they weren't going to tip their driver normally, but they wanted to just get their order quickly, so they pushed it onto their feeling forced to. Which is exactly why I tell people that you shouldn't try to push a customer to tip. Then one thing goes wrong and this is what happens. Again, this doesn't justify her actions, but still, that's usually what I find. The caller then claims the delivery person said they were going to ruin his night. Other people in the video are laughing heartily throughout. What happened to this delivery person to where they feel a need to do this? Like, I have yet to see a single delivery driver act that way. You are not going to get any effing customer service this way, buddy, says one of the other people in the video. I mean, we are talking about DoorDash, right? There does not appear to be a resolution reached by the end of the video. So what am I supposed to do then? Asked the caller. I'm out like $70 and no pizza. I've got a room full of people who are looking at me. They've got tears in their eyes. Well, you could always just get the refund from the app, assuming you could do that. Then actually just go get the pizza yourself. Like, that's always an option. I'm sure they'll understand. At first, commenters speculated as to how the state of the pizza could be so poor. Yeah, it definitely feels intentional. It definitely feels like somebody was literally trying to screw you over as far as this image is concerned. That pizza damage had to be intentional, offered a commenter. Like how? The top of the pizza was even pulled apart piece by piece, observed the second. It looked like she carried them upright, like books on a shelf, stated third. That's another good point. She could have just put them in the car really badly. She could have just held the pizzas absolutely wrong, but honestly, I don't care how bad someone is treating you. You either don't serve them or don't ruin their pizza to this degree. Like, forget all types of food. You don't mess with pizza this way. LOL, she probably had them in the seat and slammed on her brakes and they ended up on the floor, considered a further TikToker. That is a good point. That could have actually happened. Here's the reality. There are a lot of questionable people on the road, too. To where they are stopping dead at yellow lights, they are driving unreasonably slow and cutting off people only to drive unreasonably slow. Maybe I'm only speaking for my area. Now, have I ever had a situation where the items end up on the floor? No, I actually developed a reflex on my end. Like, anytime I hit the brakes and it's a little harder than it should be, my arm almost always does this. Like, it's trying to protect the food. Even if I don't have any food, my arm just does it. She may be a newer person. She may have actually did it to ruin their night. And this guy is just exaggerating to hopefully get a refund. And I hope he did get a refund because that's painful to look at. But that is what I would expect if it was an accident. Although to some viewers and alleged DoorDash customers, the delivery of pizza is a common problem. Pizza is the one thing I stopped ordering from DoorDash because of this, wrote a customer. Plus, they don't have the insulated pizza carriers and it's always cold. Okay, couple of things on this. Number one, if I ever order on DoorDash, UberEats, or Grubhub, it's almost always pizza. Well, either that or sushi, but I never really order anything I can't just make at home. So I think this guy is one of the very few people that feels like that. Number two, if you don't have a pizza bag, you are missing out on one of the best programs on the DoorDash platform. You could be missing out on a lot of money like that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a video talking about the pizza and large order program on DoorDash in the description. Feel free to check it out. Many put the blame on the dasher instead of the restaurant. As one user summarized it, they dashed a little too hard. To be fair, if it's anybody's fault, it is the dashers. Like, I can't imagine a restaurant or even a convenience store sending out an order like this. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. First off, I do want to say I'm sorry that this ended up happening to the guy. And quite honestly, no one should be on the receiving end of this. Second, why are you ordering pizza from a convenience store chain if you're feeding a lot of people? Like, why wouldn't you just order from a pizzeria? That doesn't make sense to me. Could the tip have anything to do with it? I mean, sure, but that doesn't justify the poor behavior. Dasher could just decline the order and that's it. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's intentional. I do like the point that was brought up that somebody hit the brakes too hard and it fell. But you gotta learn that move, man. Like, you gotta learn how to stop the order as you're driving. You know what I'm talking about? If the brakes hit, you gotta be the guy to do that. You know what I mean? I might have sprained my shoulder once doing that, but that's not the point. The point is, we shouldn't automatically be assuming that the dasher really ruined his night. I honestly believe that he was saying that the driver did that to kind of get a refund, even though that if the items were damaged, he could probably get a refund anyway through the app. But if he was abusing the refund method, he couldn't get a refund at all, and that's why he's fighting. I do feel that there may be a level of exaggeration taking place. But then again, DoorDash customer service has been known to be some of the worst customer service you could possibly experience. All in all, I hope you got the refund that you're looking for. I hope that the dasher didn't intentionally do this. And I hope you never have to deal with dasher support again. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!